Oh, whoa. Greetings from the archive. How goes it? How is everyone tonight? Welcome on in to Dusklight Wanderer, Omega Scales, Luckiest Man in the World, Chuckling Bird, King Trillian, Ian Tino, Vox Marinix, Astra Arts, Zelda player Gracie Bacon, Cat-eared Yuri enjoyer Maddie. Let's see, Vox Marinix, Gracie Bacon, Ender Cats. Hello, what's everyone up to? How is life and treat? I've immediately been scuffed. Immediately I was scuffed. Alright, you know, what do I expect? Hello everybody, hello Rivy, how is everyone tonight? I hope everyone's having a wonderful evening, and if you're not, I will bark and I will bite. That is what I do best around here. I hope folks are doing absolutely incredible, and if you're not, I already said that. That's a stock line. Oop, they're making me normal. Chat, I've been given normal privileges. Oh, whoa. What a rare day it is. I'm allowed to be normal. In any case, hello. I think I injured my tailbone in some way. That is not ideal. I would get that looked at by a doctor if you can. Enjoying the mix of having a new corset and a new pair of suspenders. You know what? That's gender as fuck. That is gender as fuck right there. Can you bite away my ear infection? No. Can't help. A lot of people are getting sick this time of year. I'm very lucky that whatever I was dealing with the other day seems to have passed me by with no long-term effect. Little bit more fatigued than usual, but like that's been about it. And you know what? That's a positive ending. All that said though, I'm in a little bit of a pickle today, chat. I'm in a little bit of a pickle today because I'm in a very like writing kind of mood and headspace. Like my brain wants to write. My brain wants to write. But it's stream time. Hello, someone awesome. Hello, Astra. Played Hades 2 for the first time today. A lot more fleshed out than the first one. Also, Artemis is hotter than she's in the first game. I do agree that I like Artemis's design in Hades 2 better. But I kind of like Hades 1 systems more. Maybe that's a controversial opinion. I kind of like Hades 1 systems more, but in any case, he'll never be normal. I've never been normal in my life. Hello, Belladonna, as well. It's lovely to see you. Hi, hope you're doing good. In cool news though, chat, yesterday, I got to see Matt Pless live. Matt Pless has been making folk punk music for like 30 years. Finally got to see the man live. I've been listening to him for like nearly a decade. Hello, Zelda, in case you didn't get it earlier, reminded that you're a lovely person, that you're appreciated. How dare you? How dare you be nice to me? That's illegal. Don't you know that that's not allowed? Don't you know you're not allowed to be nice to your AE? Congrats on Big Potato, someone awesome. We love Big Potato. Had to snowblow 3 times yesterday, not fun. I can imagine. I'm glad I don't live where it snows. But yeah, I did go to a show with a couple friends. It was a good time. January's been a little bit light on the shows, but luckily there's a ton coming up in February, which means I'm gonna be busy, but also it's gonna be worth it. There's like 4 shows coming up in February. It'll be a hectic fucking month. That said, I'm ready for it. What have y'all been up to today? What have y'all been doing? How have your days treated you? Ah-rah-rah-rah-rah. I hope the answer is good. I hope the answer is positive. It is, in fact, a Wednesday. It is the last Wednesday of January. I don't like the fact that the years, or not the year, the month is already ending. God, if 2026 was about to end, I feel like that'd be devastating. Waiting for things to warm up before try hitting any shows around here. Understandable. Nice thing about being in Florida, don't have to worry too much about that. Leg day followed by braving 11 Fahrenheit ice field that we call my city. Congratulations, you survived. It's Wednesday, my dudes. It is. You know, I'm changing the title. It's Wednesday. The stream title is now just It's Wednesday. Fuck it. That's a better stream title than what I had. Gonna be commissioning Half Enlightened for a Fuma plush of Road to Dusk. Hell yeah. Thank you so much, Chuckling Bird, for the gift sub to Vox Barinix as well. How dare you? Why are all 3 of my streamers live at once? I'm pretty sure you can have at least 2, if not 3 streams open at the same time if you're on PC. Just saying. This better not be the end of the year. If we end 2026, in Mike Bloody Johnson is still speaker, I will scream. Oh god, is there new news? Has more stuff happened, chat? Has more stuff happened in the world? Hello, Kafir. Only 3, but it's really unreliable. Yeah, I don't know if the limit is 2 or 3. I usually recommend 2 to stay on the safe side, but like, if you're on PC, you can't have more than 1 stream open. I'm just saying. If you would like to or can only lurk, it still means the world to me. More stuff has happened. I just really don't like Mike Johnson. Okay, noted. Honestly, I don't recall a whole lot about who he is, but fair. One is on Twitch, one is on YouTube, and one is on YouTube, but again, hey, that means you can keep me open in the background. I'm just saying. Nah, no worries if you've got other people you want to watch in this time slot. I'll still be here. Hello, Boofed. So much stuff right now has revolved around Greek myth, beat Hades once, or listened to Epic the Musical, and I have a mythology class now, and as well convert to Greek paganism. I have thoughts on Epic the Musical, chat. I have thoughts. Because, like, I really liked Epic the Musical. I'm still kind of mad about how it ended. I did not like how Epic the Musical ended. Also told Half and Road I plan on saving up to commission Fumos the other members of Road's DID system. I love that. That's really sweet, Zelda. That's adorable. But no, I have thoughts and feelings about Epic the Musical. I haven't talked about them in a hot minute. Admittedly, I haven't like gone through and re-listened to Epic in a while, so it probably wouldn't be able to word them as well as I might in the past, but I have thoughts and feelings on Epic the Musical. In any case though, chat, we are here, we are queer, we are yapping, and then we're playing Pokemon Too Many Types too. Read some more into the US TikTok stuff. How's that stuff even legal? What have you uncovered? I'm curious. It's cold and damp. It is currently 49 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so I can't say I'm faring all that much better. I mean, a little bit better than some of y'all, but... Hello, Warlock, thank you for the hydrate. That's well below my minimum survivable temperature, so... Oh, our hydrate's not throwing. 1 second. Give me a second. Wait, no, they should be throwing. Give me a second. I need to test something. But hello, hello. Lovely to see you. I need to... Why? This better be working. Bruh. Bruh. Alright, let me close and reopen Kbonk. Hello, Kbonk? Did you hear that somebody bit an Ice Agent's finger off? I did hear about this, and honestly, that sounds like something I'd do. Listen, not to give the FBI any more reason to want to look into me, but, real as shit. Me fucking too. Alright, now they're working. Hydrates are throwing at me now. Beautiful. The overall story of Epic is kind of not great. Love the music, but the moral being that one must be brutal to survive isn't great. Okay. I have thoughts and feelings on Epic the Musical, and I guess that's what we're getting into to start off the stream tonight. I thought the themes that Epic was playing around with were really interesting. I thought when it initially set up its whole premise around the notion of like ruthlessness as a form of mercy, I thought that was kind of fascinating. For those who are unaware, the core premise or theme of Epic the Musical, the moral that it tries to set up, is in regards to whether or not it is okay to be a bad person to protect yourself and the people you love. Thank you so much for the hype train. What the fuck? Why is there a hype train running? You know what? That reminds me, actually, I need to do a thing. Give me a second. I forgot that I need to do this. Because I still have these hours I need to burn somehow. Subscription discount thing. Thank you so much, Chuckling Bird, for the gift sub to a very frosty warlock as well. There's now an 8-hour discount on gift subs, bundles of 5 or more. Hello, Danger Safety. Thank you for the curse of scuff as well. How are you doing tonight? Because I gotta burn those before the new year takes over. Not the new year, before February begins. TikTok is now tracking, using very possibly selling your real-time location, your ethnicity, immigration status, citizenship, whether or not you're trans or non-binary, sexual preferences, your mental and physical illnesses, your political alignment, and your income. I need you to know that, like, every single social media company is doing exactly the same thing. It's bad, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's okay, but I also need you to be aware that, like, YouTube, Twitter, all of these websites do the exact same thing. They keep profiles of you on this stuff. But yeah, Epic the Musical. February is not the start of a new year, but Twitch pulled some bullshit with the viewer reward stuff, so that we're able to use them until February. Playing some Fields of Mystery? Hell yeah! Fields of Mystery is a very good game. Love it. But the core premise of Epic the Musical, hello Parshi, hello Dragon's Horde, the core premise, is Odysseus wrestling with whether or not it is okay to, you know, be a bad person, to hurt others, to protect yourself and the ones you love. And I think that's a really interesting theme to play around with. Because I think generally we all want to believe ourselves to be good people who don't have to do harm, but it is true that sometimes in an effort to protect ourselves, the people we care about, we do end up hurting other people. And this can be in big or small ways. For me, there was a point where I had to cut ties with an entire friend circle for my mental health, and that very much hurt me and a lot of people in it, but it was necessary for my long-term well-being, you know? There have been times where I have lashed out at people in defense of my own boundaries and my own ability to be okay. I don't think the theme of Epic, like when media talks about these kinds of big swathing, complicated moral dilemmas, they don't really mean for you to apply them to the most extreme cases, though oftentimes in narratives we apply them to the furthest extremes. They mean for you to take these messages and think about how they fit into smaller situations in your life, into the more nuanced, complicated pieces of day-to-day existence. I do believe that sometimes it is necessary in little ways to hurt others to protect yourself, and you shouldn't have to. But we're not talking about taking lives here, we're talking about setting boundaries and defending yourself when those are crossed. We are talking about the little ways in which we might come into conflict with others in an effort to keep ourselves safe. It is an unfortunate truth that sometimes in doing so we will overstep each other, you know? And I was really fascinated early on with Epic's themes for that reason, because I saw it applicable in these little ways in my life, and I was curious to see what the larger musical would do to play with these themes, what it would have to say on them. I think Epic the Musical fails on its message. I very firmly believe that Epic the Musical fails to properly explore that theme and message. I think it is a good musical. I think that it does have some interesting things to say. I think that, like, on a compositional level, it is absolutely incredible. But I think that it fails to properly express and explore the themes of ruthlessness as a form of mercy, and what that means. And I think it would have been a more interesting story if Odysseus stayed the bad guy. You know? Ultimately, I think a lot of Epic's failure comes from the fact that they had to follow the path of the Odyssey for the most part. It would have been I think, more interesting story if they'd been more willing to deviate from the Odyssey's original, like, text and narrative. Shown YouTube and Blue Sky. What about you all? One of my favorite moral dilemmas in media doesn't take much for it to go bad. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Also finished the first draft of my research project, was really panicking and stayed up late doing as much as I could, because I thought it was due today, but it was due at the end of the week. I'm so glad that you have a little bit more time to look it over in that case. But hello, Parshi, I have been doing alright. I've been doing alright. Roads get very gray over people we care about, absolutely. Furthermore, TikTok is now censoring a bunch more stuff, blocks US users from seeing posts from international news sources like BBC and The Guardian. Yeah, I'm not claiming that it's good, but also nothing that TikTok is doing is too out of the ordinary. You know, that's my general point. It's absolutely terrible though. TikTok is a horrid platform that is 100% siding with fascism, but... Haven't seen Epic the Musical before, really interested in watching it. So there's you can listen to it on, like, any streaming services. It's out there. Got misgendered by a social agent and psychologist of the basic health unit. Basically, just heard that need to find a job. Will I give my shit to find any work for any hour that's supposed to be as an ASD investigation appointment? Great middle of the week. Bite them. Honestly, advocating for yourself in medical settings as a trans person is fucking difficult, and I'm not looking forward to having to do that myself. Jorge makes a self-insert version of Odysseus just to make himself the bad guy would be really funny. Yeah. I have feelings on it. You know? I do really enjoy Epic the Musical, but I'm still not very happy with the way it handled its themes towards the end, you know? I think the other big flaw of Epic is that it was very fascinated in giving itself, like, anime or video game style kind of, like, conflicts, which doesn't really fit the nature of what the Odyssey is or the message either, you know? I just think it could have been handled better. But yeah, I definitely recommend checking Epic the Musical out if you are into Greek mythology or just musicals in general. I have my issues with it. I have my points of disagreement and points of issue with Epic as a piece of media. Primarily just coming down to how it handles certain themes. Thank you for the hydrate strap. I appreciate it. How are you doing? Never watched or listened to a musical before? Really? Because I adore musicals. I've been into musicals for a long time. Okay, chat. I'm gonna admit to some cringe here. I'm gonna admit to some cringe here. I was really into Hamilton in the mid 2010s. As was like most, nerdy kids that were, into theater my age. I was never a theater kid, but I liked the premises around it. Musicals were my absolute fucking shit when I was young. Fun songs and something else, yeah. I adored musicals for a long time, and I still do really enjoy, because like I'm very attached to music. I'm very, very attached to music as a means of self-expression and of storytelling. It's why I've learned so many instruments. It's why I have been writing music for a decade. It is why I am so passionate about punk. I love music as a means of self-expression and as a means of telling stories and as a means of making a point. I think that music is a beautiful tool for saying things. It's why I pretty much exclusively also listen to music that has a message, that has lyrics and has something to say with those lyrics. So musical theater as it exists, it is music that is explicitly built around telling stories, always really appealed to me. I was a comic book child, real and valid. Music has always been like my primary means of consuming and creating content, I think, before VTubing at least. Yo, if I do convert to Greek paganism, what god should I worship? Thinking primarily Aphrodite or Nyx? I mean, you'd have to come to that conclusion yourself. But no, I really, really care about music and musicals. I've been interested in a number of them over the years. It is a genre, a form of media that I care a lot about, so. Did an essay in the summer about the role of political protest in musical theater. I would love to read that if there's a way for you to like get that to me with any identifying information obviously pulled out. Don't want you doxing yourself or anything, but if you have a means of sharing that without any kind of identifying info, I would love to give it a look. Hello, Amaril in space. Lovely to see you. Speaking of, the ska fixation you've induced is not gone. Congratulations. Welcome to the party. I love ska punk. I am so excited to see Jer in a few months. Jer's going to be touring soon, and I am hyped as fuck. It's based completely on your beliefs and who calls out to you? Yeah, absolutely. Like, I wouldn't say convert to Greek paganism entirely because you're like studying it in some courses or it keeps coming up in your media or whatnot. It is a religion. Follow it if you find genuine belief and inspiration in it, you know? Hello, Gremlin Transbian, bark bark bite bite. Like, I don't talk about this a whole lot these days. I am, like, pagan or pagan adjacent, but I do not believe in any particular gods or deities. In my worldview, the ways that I personally navigate a lot of this shit in my head, I don't believe in the existence of any particular gods or deities, but I have a level of spiritualism. So I don't know if that really qualifies me as being like any particular variety of pagan, but I do practice or engage in some practices contained within. You know? But yeah, like I don't know. You don't just like decide to follow a religion necessarily. It's a deeply personal thing that has to sit or that has to resonate with you. Genuinely deeply personal. I suggest don't just looking for a good box to sit in. Yeah, exactly. Hello, Andy Star Galaxies. Thank you for the raid. If any of my mods are around, can we get a shout out? Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Archivist. I'm your resident chaotic infield. I'm a loud punk anarchist here on the internet. I play retro games, I yap, and I will bite you. It's lovely to see y'all. Hello, hello, hello. One sec. I don't know if any of my mods are around. Let me get it myself. Shout out at Andy Star Galaxies. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Everyone on my end, make sure you give Andy some love. Someone DM'd me earlier and it might have been you and I was too EV sneaky to respond, and if it was you, I apologize. If it was you, I'm so sorry. I think it was you. My memory is a bit spotty and I have been, it's been a very much a rest day for me, but I hope you've been well. Everyone go give some love, alright? Hello, Darkwood Rider as well. Hi, hi, hi. Getting into ska just now. Just today was doing my history work while listening to Stereotypical, an album by the Specials, who were early pioneer of ska punk in the 2000s, 80s, and 90s. Hell yeah. I would definitely recommend listening to Jer, because Jer's like, you know, very much one of the most influential voices in the modern revitalization of ska as a genre, especially ska punk. Hello, Darkwood. I'm doing well. Today was very much a rest and recovery day for me, but it was a much needed one. Wanted to buy the Jer CDs, but shipping stuff is always expensive. Understandably. I'm trying to rely less on digital media and streaming services when it comes to music, but it's a hard thing to do. It's not cheap. How was your stream, Andy? How was your stream? Nordic pagans are cool. It's a shame a bunch of them became far-right dog whistles, and that's not the fault of people who are avid followers of the religion that those symbols got co-opted. It's a very complicated issue in that particular regard. Like, I'm typically someone who is of the mind that, like, I don't want us to be forced to abandon terms or language or cultural symbols because they've been co-opted, and the only way to resist that, you know, co-optedness, like by letting go of those things that have been co-opted, we allow them to fully take on that new meaning. And sure, that is useful for identifying the people that we do not want to engage with, but we are also lending them power in doing so. Like, resisting matters. We can't just keep jumping terms and jumping symbols as soon as they get co-opted by people we don't like, or by our enemies. Hello, Pyro, bark, bark, bite, bite. We cannot give. We cannot allow them to take. Thank you for the watch string, Gremlin Transbian. Bark, bark, bite, bite. Yeah, don't fucking cede any of your culture or your symbols or your language to bad actors. Because they will just continue to take and take until you're forced to redefine yourself a million times or abandon parts of your identity or culture that are important. You cannot win a war against fascism by allowing them to steal your language, allowing them to prevent your expression. You know? And that is a very messy battle, because again, you know, it makes it a lot harder to identify your in-groups and out-groups, but I believe it is worth resisting attempts of the alt-right to try and co-opt our language and symbols. I believe that is a worthwhile fight. If you don't hold your ground, they'll just take more and more. Exactly. Also, Ark, not sure I told you, but last week was in Athens and tried weed for the first time. Honestly, not nearly as bad as my OCD was telling me it would be. Hell yeah, I'm glad it went well. I found that weed can be fun on occasions in social settings. I don't like being high alone, but it's a fun substance in the right quantities in the right settings. I enjoy it on occasion. But hello, Darkwood Rider, things are going well. It's been a rest day for me. It's been a rest day. Unfortunately, scorched earth tactics do not work in culture wars against the far right. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. No, Athens looks like a beautiful place to be. I know you shared some photos of the what's it called? Graffiti and whatnot. I'm a big graffiti enjoyer. You can tell a lot about a place by like the nature of the graffiti around there. When I see like left-wing folk posting their graffiti everywhere, like that's a win. That is a beauty right there. I love good graffiti. Hello, Yui. Ah, rah, 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 rah. I think like it obviously it's I don't think necessarily as cool as graffiti that's just out in the open on the streets, but I love when you walk into a venue and they just allow you to sticker or graffiti their walls. One of my favorite venues in this city, the walls are covered in graffiti, and there's a local band. Hello, Andy! How was your stream? Thank you for the raid earlier. I'm pretty sure you DM'd me and I didn't respond. I promise it's not personal. Today was a rest day. I needed to be like off of my computer for most of the day. But lovely to see you. But one of my favorite venues in this area has a like allows you to just graffiti all over the walls, and there is a local band that has written a song with lyrics composed entirely of phrases that were graffitied on the walls of the restroom at that specific venue. It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. We were playing Risk of Rain 2. Hell yeah! Hope you enjoyed. Sounds like a good time. I need to give Risk of Rain 2 another shot, because I have played it a couple times with a couple friends. I need to give it another shot. Not all, cooperation question mark or equal cooperation of organized political groups by others different than non-organized. I am not sure what that is in response to, but with the Clockthorn. Hell yeah, hope you had a good time, genuinely. I send all my love. Congrats on the new desk mat, Yui. I did see it in Wonder Server. Congratulations. Be happy to play with you someday. Hell yeah. Hopefully, eventually, I'll have free time. Hopefully, someday I'll have free time. I miss having free time. God. But no, I would love to someday, should the time allow itself. Ah, rah, 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 rah. Ah, rah, 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 rah. No, I need to get back on top of my YouTube Shorts grind. I need to look more into like topics I can cover with that. Athens is such beautiful graffiti, and it's sectioned out so the graffiti actually represents a sector of the city. More lower class area has working class symbols and political statements, and the football around the stadium's graffiti heavily inspired by the symbols that Athenian football teams use. Hell yeah, that's fascinating, genuinely. That is fascinating. I love that. Nah, graffiti is badass. Big graffiti enjoyer. Very, very big graffiti enjoyer. I am half tempted, being perfectly honest. Hello, Raven King. Welcome on in. I am half tempted to try and sort through my Pokemon card collection. I'm half tempted. Fuck Ice Chat? Yeah, no, absolutely, 100%. I think this goes without saying, but to reiterate it, because we might as well say it at least once per stream. Fuck Ice. I think I composed like half a Blue Sky post yesterday and I did not post it. But fuck Ice. Like what the current what the US is currently living under is 100% fascism. It is fascism in action, and anyone who is claiming otherwise either has the privilege to ignore what is going on, to be blind to what's going on, or is bought into the fucking propaganda, or is directly fucking benefiting, you know? This is fascism. This is fucking fascism. And it will not go away unless we actively fight. Please, if you're able, attend a protest, get involved in with the groups who are resisting fascism in your area. There is no other way through this shit. There is no other way through this fucking shit. Oh. Bark, bark, bite, bite indeed, Raven King. Hope you're doing well. Get to watch more Yuri on Ice? Hell yeah, good show. But yeah, I am considering hand camming, going through my Pokemon card collection because it is a Pokemon night. If you all would potentially be interested or down, I might do so. On the topic of fascism, my dad went on a rant about people cutting family members due to disagreements between family members. Like, in an ideal world, we wouldn't do that. In an ideal world, that wouldn't be a necessity, but like, how do I say this? Anyone who complains about like family members cutting ties with each other over political issues, they're usually talking about personal fucking disrespect. Most of the time when that happens, it's not over, we disagree on some minute political issue. It's usually because like they keep misgendering trans family members, and fuck that shit. Forgot to mention, but there's gonna be a nationwide general strike on Friday, mostly to test the water, see if people across the country are ready for it. I'm gonna say something that might not come off particularly well. General strikes don't work. Or rather, what people keep calling strikes is not what's happening. What people are calling a, quote, general strike here is actually a blackout. Blackouts are not effective tactics. They don't do anything. They don't change anything. Neither do general strikes, like actual general strikes. Strikes need to be targeted and need to be persistent. You do not create change by saying, I am not going to make any purchases or go to work on these 1 or 2 predefined days. That doesn't create any change because companies can plan around that. They expect to be losing a bit of money those days. That doesn't fucking scare them. Strikes function, strikes have to be targeted at specific companies or issues, and they need to be indefinite until demands or conditions are met. This is how I feel also about, like, there was a quote-unquote Ubisoft, strike that is, going to be occurring soon, where people, where Ubisoft employees are all going to be quote-unquote striking for 3 days. That's not a strike. And unfortunately, most people are living too paycheck to paycheck in the modern era for real strikes to be viable. A strike is a indefinite refusal to do work until a condition is met. And if you are compromising on that strike or setting a defined end date, that's not a strike. And it won't work because the company will just suffer the loss until the end date comes. If you want to make change, if you want to force companies to take action, it needs to be a sustained effort. Companies can tank that shit. I'm not certain it's going to work. Need unions to back a strike and corporations defanged unions decades ago. People keep calling, like, there's been in the last year, I think 4 or 5 different calls for a general strike where they're like, oh, everyone do not make any purchases or go to work on XYZ days, and they don't ever do anything because the companies just suffer the cost for 1 day. If they need to, if it becomes bad enough, they shut down their operations for the day and they just weather it because they have enough money to do that. It needs to be sustained and targeted. It only hurts small businesses and people who are living paycheck to paycheck already. General strikes don't do shit. Neither do blackouts. Again, a proper boycott needs to be targeted and indefinite. Strikes need to be complete and indefinite as well. Another major political field for football soccer rivalry in Europe is Millwall and West Ham during the Thatcher years. Millwall supported the striking miners while West Farm fans supported the government, which created a class divide influenced by the rivalry between the clubs. That is fascinating, genuinely. Hello, Dr. Emizax, welcome on in. Hello, I'm bad at names. Welcome on in. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Greetings from the archive. But no, like I don't think general strikes are effective means of protest or creating change. Too many people are living paycheck to paycheck for them to be viable, and again, strikes boycotts need to be targeted, with intention and specific demands, and indefinite until those demands are met. It's not going to do anything. Can't half-ass a strike, but when everyone is one bad paycheck away from starving. Exactly. Unfortunately, like, proper striking is really difficult in an economy where the majority of people are living paycheck to paycheck, and that sucks. Fop said to be shot caller for him to say Enceraday's name correctly. Okay, fuck you. It's true, but also fuck you. I missed the shot caller stream. I need to do another one of those. How does a protest stream and get it actually taken down? It depends, Raven. Why are you asking? Yeah, fun fact, chat, I own a shock collar. It has been used on stream. There was a whole stream where I was shock collared, and anytime I swore or said bark or said bite, I got shocked. It was a thing. Men are hot, this is true. This is true, men are hot. To strike, you need funds to provide for the protesters when the strike happens. Yeah, absolutely. But like a general strike isn't that. Hello, welcome on in, Astrazy. Lovely to see ya. Men 3. I love men. Shock collar shrimp, we get A to pronounce the names they get wrong all the time. Who else's names do I frequently get wrong? I'll be sincere, the idea of a time strike is laughable to me. Never myself heard about one. Yeah, because it's not a strike. Saying, oh, we're not going to go to work for 3 days, that's not a strike, and it's not going to, you know, cause any real change. A lot of the time, this happens a lot with boycotts as well. People say they're talking about a boycott when they're talking about a blackout. Blackouts don't work. Boycotts are effective measures of creating change if they are sustained and targeted. You have to have specific, companies in mind that you are striking because of specific issues, and you need to sustain that strike until the issue is resolved. But strikes don't work otherwise. Know someone who's very supportive of everything happening and don't care about the life of people, and frankly, bro, don't need to be streaming anymore. I mean, unfortunately, that is not against Twitch TOS. Unfortunately, liking the current administration is not against TOS. You can't, like, you know, report someone for doing something that's not against TOS, even if we don't like it. Strikes need organizing. Strike pay can be organized for people struggling. Absolutely. Unfortunately, that's not what is happening right now. You know, when people are calling for a general strike, that's not what's going on. A general strike is a bunch of people just saying, okay, don't go to work and don't buy anything for this one day. That isn't going to create meaningful, lasting change. You're not doing anything. It is a disorganized attempt at making you feel like you are causing and creating progress when you're not actually working towards anything meaningful. Hello, Royal Rosio. This might be another controversial statement, but unfortunately, a lot of like modern quote-unquote activist efforts are, if I can be perfectly real, feel-good efforts to make you think you're doing enough and making a change when you aren't. And I think that's a problem. I think there is a lack of real effective activism happening in the world because so much of what we are calling activism these days is placating. Some of it performative, yes, but performative more implies that it is with the intention of looking good to the people around you. I more say placating as making yourself feel good, you know? And there is overlap there, absolutely. But like retweeting a post on Blue Sky is not enough to be activism. And it might make you feel like you are doing enough, and some people might tell you that you are doing enough, but we need more people showing up to protests. We need more people engaging with various leftist organizations outside of the context of protests. Do not go to a symbolic protest and walk away with no one's contact info, please, I swear to God. Find the people who are organizing that protest, get involved with them outside of the moment of a protest. The use of a symbolic protest is as a way of making connections and building community morale, and that needs to go somewhere. That momentum needs to carry you forward into other forms of activist action, which that's why you get involved with organizations, you know, with further groups that can do something. Participating in a general strike for one day isn't going to change shit. Strikes, they need to be organized, they need to be targeted, they need to be indefinite until certain demands are met. And I'm a little bit frustrated with the number of people who aren't actually doing anything to create change, you know? Hello, Arctic Ninja, welcome on in. Today we're gonna be playing Pokemon Too Many Types, we're yapping beforehand, as we're off to do. I need my dedicated 3-hour just chatting segment, because I'm not normal. Not going to work a day isn't a strike, it's another Wednesday, yeah. We love yapping, agreed. Listen, the cornerstone of my channel is the yapping. It's my favorite part of the streams, it's most of chat's favorite part of the streams. It's what I enjoy doing most. I might reorganize my, oh, hello! Welcome on in, Kathy Clawthorn. Welcome on in. Mods, if we can get a shout out. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Archivist. I'm your resident chaotic Enfield. I'm a loud punk bastard here on the internet, an anarchist, a yapper, and sometimes I play retro games. Welcome on in, folks. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And they scuffed me. God fucking damn it. All right, well, welcome on in. Let me make sure I get that shout out for you. I don't know if my mods are around. There we go. Everyone go give some love to, Kathia right here. Hello, hello. And I'm normal. They're making me normal. Hello, Riolu. Bark, bark, bite, bite. But I hope y'all had an incredible stream. Feel free to fill us in on what y'all were doing. I'm pretty sure you were doing something with Andy. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. Hello, hello. I'm a little bit, scattered at the moment, on account of all the yapping, but... But hello, Riolu. What did Riolu say? Random thought, connecting with your community can be as simple as sharing some excess homemade fruit jam with neighbors. Doing little things to stay in tune every day goes a long way. Oh, absolutely. A big part of any kind of like effort to create sustainable change is knowing what the needs of your community are, and getting to know those beings. Like you need to first and foremost have connections within the community. So yeah, giving food to your neighbors. Honestly, great thing that anyone can do, chat. If you've got a few extra bucks, make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and like hand them out to your local homeless population. Talk to them, listen to their stories. Stop being afraid of the homeless person that lives on the corner, you know? You might not have $5 to give, but like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich costs like 30 cents to make. Probably less than that. Dying with Andy sounds about right. That sounds about right for that game. Remember to follow, sub, and share this stream. I mean, it is appreciated, but there's never an obligation. I'm just a fox trying to make cool shit here on the internet. We're out here vibing, we're out here yapping as we're off to do. We're talking about effective means of change and protest. As I said in the Discord, the Birmingham BIM strikes happening in the UK right now are a great example of an actual strike. Indefinite until the city council reverses wage cuts, currently going on for about a year, has become a positive story of unionism across Europe. Hell fucking yeah. And that is meaningful change happening right there. And I'm glad that it's going well. In my neighborhood, every spring summer, we grow food, tend to chickens, give food out to the impoverished, homeless, and single parents. That is fucking beautiful right there. And that, like, we need more people doing shit like that. It's definitely hard when people, like, okay. Genuine social issue that I want to point out. Chat, stop being scared of homeless people. This is not an attack on anyone in specific, but it's a general trend I notice even within, like, our leftist online circles. Your local homeless are not a threat. Just they are people. They are people who may be in desperate straits, who may be struggling with untreated mental illness, who may need help, but they are fucking people. I think a lot of like online leftists, they're very attached to the idea of helping the homeless, but they're still too scared to go out and interact. Like it's not easy, but you gotta. You gotta work past your anxieties and fears. Go into 7-Eleven real quick. You want anything? Yeah, get me a slushie. We're gonna say I'm having pizza. Hell yeah. Hell, I wish I had pizza. But socializing's scary. Socializing's scary, but we need to get past it, you know? To be fair, I'm too scared to interact with anybody. I mean, that's real as shit. Don't get me wrong. I get that. AE fun fact, I am schizoaffective, I have generalized anxiety, I have been diagnosed with like 10 different mental illnesses. It is hard to exist in the world, but I have found it very worthwhile and fulfilling to get involved in these things as much as I am able. And I can't every day, you know? I am not someone who can go out and expend a ton of energy every day and whatnot, but I give what I can. And these are things that are worth working past, as difficult as they might be. Maybe you're someone who struggles with the socializing element, but you can still help prep food for your local homeless and whatnot. There are things that we can do. Like when I talk about the importance of going to protests and getting involved, a lot of people express that they have trouble going outside, or that they don't have transport, and your local leftist organizations need other forms of help too. You know, they need help with they're running their social media or organizing campaigns for people who are struggling, or you know, I know in my local community there have been a number of crimes against primarily our Latin American population because, you know, fucking ICE is showing up and wrecking everyone's shit. Fuck ICE. And they have needed graphic designers to help make the posters and handouts informing people of what is going on, and advertising the links to help these people get money and resources, whether they are in need of medical care. There have been a handful of cases in my local community of people who have been like killed by ICE or by the police, and nothing has hit like a national scale, but in our local communities we have had to help do things like fund funerals, and we have had to spread the word so that we can raise outrage and try to hold people responsible for these actions. It's really important shit. Thank you so much for the follow. Even if you're someone who struggles with going outside or with socializing, there are things you can do. Like your local organizations need people to do graphic design, to run their social media, to help organize events. There are ways to get involved, and it is worth doing so. Do you know a VTuber named ADCVR? I don't think I do. I'm not familiar. I am always curious to meet more people, though. What's the difference between generalized anxiety and anxiety? So typically, anxiety refers to a handful of conditions, including social anxiety disorder, generalized anxiety disorder. Sometimes PTSD is lumped in there. There's like panic disorder is also categorized as an anxiety disorder. Anxiety in and of itself is not a diagnosis. Most typically, if people are just saying that they've been diagnosed with anxiety, they mean generalized anxiety disorder. Generalized anxiety, social anxiety, panic disorder, PTSD, depending on how it's categorized, are all conditions under the umbrella of anxiety disorders. Just asking, that's all, no worries. Anxiety is a symptom rather than anxiety disorder itself. Also true. Anxiety is the primary symptom of anxiety disorders. But no, like, get involved with local efforts. It can be scary, but it is worthwhile, I would argue. Some of my favorite people were the homeless guy who stops by the McDonald's. When I ran it, I always give them something free as long as they weren't an asshole to me. Hell fucking yeah. I am currently trying to like start carrying cash more so I can give it to people when they need it. Because I don't often carry cash, but I want to help people out where I can, you know? Literally, I was out at a punk show last night. One of my friends happened to have a few bucks in cash, so we ended up giving like $5 to this homeless guy. He was able to get himself a hot dog, and I'm so glad that he ate food, because eating food is important. And it's really nice the kind of solidarity that creates, you know? A fun story about the Birmingham bin strikes. Instead of attending the negotiations, Birmingham City's council leader decided to just hire agency workers for the bin collecting. The bin truck drivers didn't cooperate, so now the agency workers are also out on strike. And the credibility of Birmingham City Council has never had worse. I love that. We love the worker solidarity there. Hi, Lycan, Barber by Bite. Either shelter or a group of Boy Scouts did winter handouts every year. Hell fucking yeah. No, donating your old clothing, also a great thing you can do. 100%. Want to approach this trans person I've been seeing around, I get how to approach them. I don't have... Okay. As far as making friends goes. Jordan, thank you for the resub. Bite. As far as approaching people and making friends as like a not normal person goes, I'll be honest, I don't have good advice on approaching people because more often than not, I'm the person who gets approached. I posted about this on Blue Sky last night. My friend-making strategy is literally looking like a freak in public, and all the other freaks that are too scared to be publicly freaky come to me. I literally made a friend yesterday. I was at an arcade with a couple of my local punks, and this one employee... We had figured out this person was, like, obviously trans and alt, because we had a conversation at the till. But they were kind of tailing us for a solid, like, 20 minutes, and I noticed, but I didn't want to call it out. Eventually, they come up and talk to us, and we find out, like, they're an alternative furry, super cool, person. We didn't recognize each other from it, but we had both been to the same furry convention a few months prior. New friend acquired because we looked like freaks in public, because we publicly looked like a bunch of alternative furries. So what I do, open with a compliment and start talking. I mean, real as shit. Sometimes just saying, I like your vibe is good enough. It can be enough to just be like, and you know, sometimes it doesn't work, but like, oftentimes what I do, if I see someone around at a show a few times, I'll be like, hey, I really like your energy, can I get your Instagram or whatever socials? I knew I was doing it right once the first 5 sentences got from a new friend was, are you also autistic? But yeah, it's scary, but just tell them you think they're cool. Hello, Gray, as well. Love you too, Gray. Bark, bye. I love looking like a freak in public. Me, how can I get this person to be my friend? AE, have you tried biting them? I mean, that has worked for me. I have made friends by biting people. I have made friends by biting people in public. It has worked for me. If it goes wrong, I'll bite everything in my proximity for 3 days. I mean, I can't guarantee anything, but like the easiest thing to do is just be like, hey, I think you seem cool. You know? Not Zelda admitting that I'm a weird, hard person to vibe with. I'm too not normal, chat. I'm too weird for the other VTubers. I'm too much of a freak for the other VTubers, chat. That's what we're learning right now. I don't know how to be friends with normal people. I need people who are okay with navigating my specific brand of mental illness. Which is a lot of mental illnesses in one trench coat. You're perfect the way you are. See, people who can tolerate me existing as I am, great, 100%. I can't mask for shit. I don't know how to participate in normal conversation. Weird little freak supremacy, real and true. I have someone you can be friends with that's meat. Nah. Like, again, nothing as far as making friends is gonna have a 100% success rate, but like, the least, or the easiest thing to do is just walk up to, say you think they're cool, and if a conversation strikes up, exchange social media, you know? Keep in touch in other ways. Grab a Discord. Hey, my boyfriend saw you from across the bar and we really dig your vibe. Can we buy you a drink? If anyone ever did that to me, I would cry, probably. Like, positive. People should totally buy me drinks at shows. I deserve it. Know some trans people that might vibe with you for being a fellow trans content creator. Don't know how well things would go beyond that. That's honestly fair. I wish I knew more trans content creators, honestly. I'm friends with a lot of trans content creators. The majority of them are trans femme, and obviously that is not an issue. I love my trans femme sisters. They're wonderful people, who I adore. And I will support them with my fucking life. I think I'm friends with 2 other trans mask content creators. And I'm friends with at least a dozen trans femme content creators. If someone said to me, I'd be confused why I was there, tell them I don't drink, and then slept way through the 4 drinks. Okay, but I'm someone who drinks and would reasonably be inside a bar, you know? And if someone offered me a drink, if someone walked up to me and went, hey, my boyfriend and I think you're cool, can we buy you a drink? I'd be like, hello, you're my friend now. Let's talk about punk shit. Slaps AEO in the back. This end field can fit so much trauma and mental health conditions. I mean, true. Real and true. Get up to bed. No worries. You take care, Melodona. All the best. All the best. Don't formulate a plot to replace all of Ron DeSantis' shoes with jam tarts. I wish. He deserves it. You take care of yourself, Melodona. Hope to see you again sometime in the near future. Ah, rah, rah, rah. But nah, I do not know enough like fellow trans mass content creators. I feel like there's so few of us. And it is a shame in my mind. I hate that I'm like the 2nd or the 3rd largest trans mass content creator that I'm aware of. There need to be more of us. Hate college living so much. I hope it gets better for you, genuinely. Host rewriting reality in chat. He loves doing that. Host loves saying that things aren't real. Congratulations on the 3-stream streak. Bark, bark, bite, bite. Does that mean I should recommend you the ones I know so you know more? If they're looking for friends, then hell yeah. Have you tried manufacturing more trans masks? Points at my YouTube video, yes. I'm really good at being the reason why people figure out they're trans. It happens more often than you would think. It's happened quite a bit. Host isn't real. This is true. Host isn't real. I don't know a guy named Host. Never met him before. Oh, chat. Chat. This is silly and dumb. Off is officially the first video game that we've beat in 2026. I just noticed that or realized that the other day. Off is the first video game we've beaten in 2026. How many video games did I say I was gonna beat this year? Like 8? So far, we're on track. You're manufacturing Transmask right now, you're so right. We have beat Off in 2026. Pinterest maybe have a gender crisis in high school and boomed on binary. That's real as shit, actually. I feel like I'm so sad that Pinterest is currently the absolute hellscape of like AI generated content that it is, because Pinterest was so fundamental to so many queer kids' self-actualization. How many of you guys had like a personal little vision board on Pinterest? How many of y'all had that? Can I pull mine up? Is that gonna dox me? Because I had a whole board called Dear Future Me that was just like what I wanted myself and my life to look like in the future. It's still here. Okay. I don't know if this is a private board. I don't know if I can, like, show this. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way for me to show this without it endangering me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to just block this bit of the screen with my body, and hope that's good enough for now, okay? This was a Pinterest board I made when I was younger of, like, what I wanted my vibes to be when I was older. I made this, I think, when I was like 16. I think I was like 16 when I made this. And it was basically the vibes that I wanted to encapsulate when I was a little bit older. I had some stuff up above, like specific stuff regarding like hairstyles and style and whatnot, but this is the general section of it where I dumped things before I categorized them. And you know what? It's not quite the vibe I've ended up with. But I think I've ended up with a vibe that was pretty adjacent. I think the vibe that I've ended up with is pretty adjacent to this. I would argue better than this. A lot more obviously and externally punk than this energy. But this was the shit that I wanted when I was younger. This is a tattoo that I still want to get someday. These were the vibes I wanted to encapsulate, and I think the energy I've ended up with is adjacent but cooler. Hello, Araya. Welcome on in. I was showing off a little bit of a Pinterest board I made when I was like 16. Of like how I wanted to look and be when I was older. You can see the punk in it. You can see the punk in it. But hello, Araya. Lovely to see you. Barper, bye-bye. You're telling me this kid was trans? I knew I was trans at that point in my life. Hello, Truth-Telling Puppet as well. Lovely to see you. Sorry I didn't see you for a second there. But no, like, I'm so sad that, that Pinterest has turned into such a AI cesspool hellscape. Because, like, Pinterest was so fundamental to so many young trans people developing a sense of self. You know? So much of my sense of self and style when I was younger came from Pinterest, and my style has definitely shifted since, or my attempts to embody that style have shifted since, but I'm very happy with where my style has ended up. I ended up punker, yeah, for sure. So I don't know what Pinterest and vision boards are. Pinterest was a website where or it is a still functioning website, but it's a website where you can basically just like create little boards full of images. And you could pin images in the boards. It was meant for, like, ideas and crafts and instructions and whatnot, but very quickly became a way that, like, gay kids made mood boards for their OCs and shit. I used that very much when I was younger as a means of kind of figuring out who I wanted to be in the future, and I'm pretty happy with where I've ended up, all things considered. In any case, there will be an ad hitting soon. Chat, do I want to sort through my Pokemon cards this stream? We can do that. We could do that. Did you have a Homestuck one? I think I do have one for my old Homestuck OC. I had a few Homestuck OCs, so I'm pretty sure I had boards for a handful of them. Yep, I did. I had one for like the human version as well of my Homestuck OC. It's so aggressively green. It's so aggressively green. I had a few Homestuck OCs. Hehe. I have a super old Pokemon OC I low-key want to get redesigned. Do it. Why not? But it looks like folks do want to see me sort through some of my old Pokemon stuff, so I will grab those during the ad break and get that all set up. You should still be able to hear me. I'm just going to be fidgeting around in the background trying to figure out how to get my camera set up. We need a huge as fuck Straw Hat Pirate trans flag. Do it. My OCs are low-key just my D&D characters. I used to have so many OCs. I miss making characters, genuinely. I really miss it. It's so green, did not expect to hear that outside of 40k. My like little OC board was so aggressively green. What can I say? Alright, I'm gonna go grab my stuff. Give me a moment, chat. Big stretch. Big stretch. I gotta throw some shit around. Let me put this in my bag for tomorrow. Actually, I'm bringing my laptop tomorrow, so I'll shove it in this bag. That's a problem for future me. I love leaving problems for future me. That's not true. It's a horrible thing. Why do I keep doing it to myself? Chat, I need to stop leaving problems for my future self. My future self is not very happy with current me. My future self is very unhappy with my choices and actions. Alright. Let's hope this doesn't fuck my shit. Alright. Don't get mad at me. So then I need to go over to here. And I need to grab a... Actually, one sec. Let me move down to here. Okay. Camera. 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 Better. Alright, that works. We'll call that good enough. Taking my watch off for this. Okay, and then I need to grab the cards themselves. Where the fuck are they? Chat, I did not account for the fact that I'm gonna go need to find my binder. So y'all are gonna have to give me a second. I need to go find my binder. But yeah, I got my talons out here, chat. Alright, one sec. inconvenient. I'm trying really hard to acquire it, chat. I'm doing my best right now. So, I could be about to make a big mistake. I could be about to make a terrible mistake. It's chill. It's chill. It's fine. I'm trying to find my Pokemon card binder. Yo, I don't know if I can get to this. I don't know if I can get to the binder because I never actually unpacked this stuff. Hello, White Flower Black Song. Lovely to see you. I don't know because it's packed so deep if I can get to it. This is not the one I was looking for, but it does have some in it. It's not the one that I was looking for. Shout out to this, but we can look through this. I can show you guys this, but it's not the one that I'm looking for. Okay, one sec. Give me a second, chat. I'll be right with you. No, fuck. Please. Okay, we're fine. We're fine, we're chill, we're fine. Oh my god. I lived. Hello, Void King. Welcome on in. Lovely to see you. So, Unfortunately, Chad, I was not able to acquire my main card binder. I should have done that before the stream, and I might still do that before a future stream. But I was not able to recover it. It is my old card binder. It's too deeply buried in the boxes because I never fully unpacked when I started living here. And at this point, I'm probably not going to. Good to see you too. Life has done solid. Congratulations. Glad you've been chilling. But unfortunately, I cannot get to the main card binder. I will probably pull that out for a future stream. It's too deeply buried right now in my boxes. Because I never quite fully unpacked when I, you know, started living here, and I'm probably not going to. Oh, is the thing buzzing? Fuck, give me a second. It's a cable issue, apologies. Why is it not stopping? Hey, I'm not gonna scroll back up right now, okay, chat, with all the love in the world. Good enough. Good enough. Alright. Me when I'm high as fuck and I see Abe without his binder. Bro, you look so strong. How do you train on your pecs? In any case. Unfortunately, I cannot get to my main card binder, but I am going to show you guys through this one binder that I had when I was a kid, okay? It's got a lot of Pokemon cards in it, and I also have, like, boxes upon boxes of cards. I'm sorry for the bees, I can't make them go away. The bees are not going away no matter what I do. You know what, I'm going to try unplugging and replugging the cable, give me a second. Okay, that's as good as I can do. But this is an old thing of Pokemon cards that I happen to have lying around, and the big crown jewel, if I put myself in the corner real quick, the big crown jewel here is this old Palkia and Dialga Legends card. It is absolutely massive. I don't know if it's good competitively. I've never actually played competitive Pokemon Tabletop RPG, though I've always wanted to. This guy is huge. It is the size of 4 Pokemon cards. But here's where we get to like our actually cool stuff. I did have a copy in relatively good condition of the Mew card. This was a card that was given out with the Pokemon 2000. Sorry, not 2000, with the original first Pokemon movie. I was not alive for that, but I have this, and it is a prized possession. We also have in here, we have Reshiram hanging out. We have Xerneas and Yveltal. I used to collect these all the time. I used to collect cards like this constantly. This, honestly, is just where we kept all the legendaries back in the day. As well as anything we thought was particularly special or looked rare. I had no clue what was rare with Pokemon. I just put all the ones that I thought were rare in here. I just kept all the ones that I thought were rare in here. We have the Zekrom EX, got a Metagross, got some shiny Reshiram there. I was not alive for that! I'm 24. Hurt more. We have some legendary birds over here. Again, this is just where we stuck everything we thought were cool. So, like, we have, this is a older Zapdos card. I don't know what generation this was released in, but it's an older one. When's this Articuno from? I don't know. It's an old-ass Articuno. If you think about it, people who only play Pokemon and never learned tabletop game can imagine legendary or rare card thinking, yeah, that's literally what I did because I was a child when I collected these. We had so many of this Articuno card, actually. Only one of them was holo, though. Only one of them was holo. We have a Genesect here, another Moltres. The Regigigas, the Greninja, the Wash Rotom, the holo Suicune. Got a hollow Palkia here, the Jirachi. Another Palkia, none hollow. And then Typhlosion is here because he's my favorite. He's my favorite. Hey, can someone remind me what year the Nintendo DS was released? 2005, right? Sorry, I had to run the math to make sure you were like an adult. We have the old Manaphy. I'm trying to think, what Pokemon is it that's only ever been on a handful of cards? There's a Pokemon that only has ever had a handful of cards. I didn't even remember what it was. There's like one Pokemon that has like 2 cards of it. No worries, Druid, take care of yourself. Mantike, okay, Mantike, maybe. Hello, Moto, hi, hello, how are you? We got 2 Spiritombs down here. DS came out in 2004, good. Well, I'm younger than the DS, I'm not. I'm older than a Nintendo DS. It might be Mantike. We have, okay, this one's really cool. This is a very cool card that we have. This is a Japanese, one of the earlier series. Oh god, what's his name? Alakazam. In Japanese, because I think that, I'm pretty sure that's Japanese. I can't read. It's not in good condition, unfortunately. It even has like the old pocket monsters on the back. It is in pretty bad condition. From the first Team Rocket booster set, yeah. So this is an old card. This is a very old card. Even it has like the old logo and everything. It's a very cool one to have in very bad condition. I would love to like fix this or get this fixed someday. It's got some scratches along it, and again the edge here is fucked up. But there are people who do like repair cards and whatnot. But that's definitely one of the cooler ones that I own. I wonder the ones... There were a couple back here. I wonder if any of these have the old logo. Probably not. Yeah, I think these are on the modern Pokemon logo. So they're newer. Bonzo got like no cards for some reason. Got it. Yeah. I also have this very old Pikachu set, or this old Pikachu. This one's got a modern backing though. But this is an old style Pikachu. I love Pokemon. I miss Pokemon so much. This one is also in relatively decent condition. Thankfully. You're getting a little spoiler for on the backside. There's something cool here. Also, shout out to Shaman, one of my favorite legendaries. Where do you go to start a Pokemon collection? I don't know. I've been collecting these since I was a kid. I want to get back into it. It's just such an expensive hobby, you know? Got a Dragonite here. This is a really poor condition Uxie. But it's a Pokemon World Champions 2010 card. I was like 8 or 9 when this card was released. It's in such terrible condition. And I feel so bad for it. I miss Pokemon Bro, I'm right here! Here is another Japanese card. I think it's also from the same Team Rocket booster set, but I could be wrong. Hello? Hi? Bark bark bite bite. It is a hollow Dragonite. Also with the old Pocket Monsters logo on the back. So this is old shit. This is old shit. This card is probably older than I am. We have this funky 3D modeled Ditto over here. Aww. Yeah, it's a holo card. We've got a nice Salamence. We get some more basic stuff here, but there is this Entei. Also, with the cool back. Hello, Wookiees. I couldn't find my full binder, so I have a ton more cards than this, but these is just where I kept like the legendaries and whatnot. But we have that hollow Entei here. I don't know what set this card was from. Does anyone know what set this card was from? If anyone has the know-how to figure that out, because I know they all have, like, they're supposed to have the numbers and symbols, but I don't see a number or symbol on this one. It says it's number 244, but there's no symbol. Does anyone know what that means? Yeah, it says number 244, but there's no symbol. It was illustrated by Ken Sugimori. Gen 2? First Gen 2 booster pack, I think. Hell fucking yeah. Thank you, Asuno Denshi. Again, it's really cool having a lot of, like, the older cards. Because most people don't have the older cards. This is an Aerodactyl. I don't know what the pre-release on here means. I'll be perfectly honest. No clue what pre-release on this means. That text exists for some reason. But relatively old Aerodactyl card. Hello, Follow Maxing. Lovely to see you. It is holo. It's 1 out of 62 with a little star over here. Again, don't know what that means. You know what? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Pokemon card pre-release text. What does that mean? What does pre-release on this Pokemon card mean? Wizards of the Coast first produced pre-release cards when the TCG was localized. Were given to participants in the early test leagues of what would later become the Pokemon League. Wait. Pre-release cards were only then awarded through select sites of the Pokemon League for the next 3 expansions before Wizards ceased their production. Oh! So this might be rare. It could also be a promotional card. There's a few different things that this could be. So there's a few different things that this could be. Let me look up just Aerodactyl pre-release. Aerodactyl pre-release. Might be worth another banjo. Probably not. Alright, here's pre-release Aerodactyl off of TCG Player. Okay, Wizard of the Coast promo. Let's see. If I pull this up here, it is, yeah, there was a promo card. Don't know what that means for its rarity or how few there are. But it looks like it does sell for decent money. It does sell for decent money. But yeah, it's apparently a promotional card. Pretty cool. I wonder how much this Entei would be worth. Like if it was a first run Gen 2 in Japanese. I feel so bad for this cast form card. It's in such bad condition. That's like the worst condition card I think I own. Poor guy. Poor guy. My offer goes 7 pennies, quarter bag of spicy chili Doritos in my pocket lint. No, I'm very attached to these. The thing is, like, I don't think I could ever sell any of my collection unless I have duplicates. You know, I think these matter to me quite a bit. I don't want to sell them. There are some duplicates that I might consider someday selling, but I don't want to sell any of my, like, you know, important ones. We have an old holo Machamp here. Hello, J Crispy. Paws are out tonight. We have this old Machamp here. I had to collect stamps and play Sapphire badges to get the whole set. You get a promo card. Oh, that's cool as shit. Alright. Yeah, we have this old holo Machamp. Oh, we got the cast form with the Porygon too. This guy, he's not hollow, he's not special, there's nothing special about him, but he's Cyndaquil and I love him. He's not hollow, he's not fancy, he's not even in good condition, but I love him. Did I mention that it's a blue and green pocket lens? Oh, I got this old-ass Tyranitar as well. I don't think there's anything special about him, but he looks cool. This old-ass Tyranitar. This is my favorite card that I own. This I'm gonna pull this out real quick. I don't mind the spoiler. This is my favorite card that I own. It's also a promo card. You can see it's got a little promotional thing right in the corner there. No symbol on this one either, but it's got an 11 on it. This is my favorite card that I own. He is adorable. Look at him. And he bites! Chat, he bites! He gets it. Hello, Dusklight Wanderer. I wonder how much this guy is worth. Give me a second. I'm never gonna sell him because he's my favorite, but like... I did actually grab all these cards when I first entered the homelessness saga with the intention of like if things got bad enough selling them, and I'm glad I never had to. I can't find this one card. Oh, there it is. EV11 promo. Oh, this one sells for like fucking 30 bucks. Even ungraded, this one's 30. Holy shit. Wait, if you get a high graded chat, this card at a high grade, like at a grade 8, 40. At a grade 9, 130. At a grade 9.5, 144 bucks. PSA grade 10, $6,000. Like, I don't know if this one, how good of condition this is in. Probably not perfect. It's a little rough on the edges, so it probably wouldn't get higher than like an 8. But damn. Not a bad card to own. Yeah, maybe like probably a 6, in which case it would probably be best to just leave it ungraded. It's not very good condition, but you know. I have here this old Bulbasaur. Does anyone know what set the circle was? One sec. Card, set, circle. I'm looking. Okay, it just means it's common. Got it. It just meant it was common. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. It looks like it's from the first Japanese booster pack. That means he's old. Wait, okay. Japanese Bulbasaur common first booster pack. I don't fucking know what to look up for this. Yeah, first Japanese expansion pack. He's not hollow. He can sell for good money if he's well graded, but you know, he's not hollow. He's just a little guy. It means Dot. Trying to sell my soul over here. We also have this this old ass Mewtwo, which has the funky little Kids WB Presents Pokemon the first movie. So I'm pretty sure this was also handed out at the first Pokemon movie. So also a pretty old card right here. This card is older than me. I just need people to know that this card is older than me. This is where I keep most of the cool stuff. Yeah, it's another promo card. Cards are just interesting economy. Look at them from the outside. Oh, agreed. Like I've always wanted to get into Pokemon cards, like you know, playing the game. And I still would love to someday. I also have 2 of these old Mews. Neither of them are hollow, unfortunately. But they are also, you know, old Mew promo cards. I do have this hollow Japanese Dragonair. Look at that, chat. Also with the old backing. It's Pikachu! Everything in your collection is older than me? Not everything. There's some modern ones in here. And I have my other binder is mostly full of recent sets. My other binder is mostly full of things from the Scarlet Violet era. Because that's my modern collection. And I do have some pretty cool ones in this collection. I want to look at this. I don't know what this one's for. I want to see if I can find this one. This one, okay. It looks like this one doesn't sell for all that much. This is a yeah, Pokemon Gym Booster 1, Stadium Leader Stadium Erica's Dragonair. Not that fancy of a card. Doesn't sell for all that much. But still a pretty cool one to have. It is a holo rare. The nice thing is every like couple years these guys do massively increase in price. It's in decent condition as well. I also have the Latios EX down here. Are you putting Pokemon cards into your binder? And a fancy little Rayquaza, Cynthia Rayquaza. Got an old Regigigas here, got a Palkia. This is an old Dragonite card, also one of the promos from the Pokemon movie. And an Arceus, also a promo. This guy, he's got a little promo thing down here. Alright, now there is a little break here, and we actually move on to some modern cards. I think. I think these were some extra ones that I didn't have room for in my other binder, actually, because I need to sort through and actually find the rare stuff eventually. Why are there 3 cards here? Oh, whoops. Don't steal my codes. Yeah, these are some modern ones. I've got like a little Phantom here. This is from one of the Scarlet and Violet sets. Both of these, I believe, are from the Scarlet Violet sets. Got that Hollow Scolvian. Got a few decent offers for my soul. I must deliver it. Please don't sell your soul. That's an important piece of you. We got a Charcadet here. Got a Crabrawler, Poniard, Lillipup. I really love this Houndoom right here. I'm pretty sure I also have a holo of this Brassius. I'm pretty sure I have a holo of him. But that's everything I have in this binder. This is not my main binder. My main binder is unfortunately too far down and buried. It's also full almost exclusively of modern cards, but I have some cool stuff for you, chat. These are some random unsorted cards that I have in a box. There's more. Look at this holo Zangoose. These are random unsorted cards that I threw haphazardly into a box. And let me tell you, it goes down far. Got a ton of random stuff in here. A lot of it's gonna be just energy cards. Now, I'm really curious. Oh my god, I remembered these. Okay, first of all, peep the Japanese Misty trainer card. Just want to throw that one out there. Don't care about the energy cards. No one gives a shit about energy cards. No one gives a shit about you, Professor Juniper. This is a Pokemon. Is this stadium? Wait. I don't know what the fuck this is. Eventually, I'll go through and actually like sort things. But these guys, these are Pokemon-themed Valentines released after Poke Park 2 was released. These are Poke Park 2 themed fucking Valentines. I'm normal. A gets to say who buys my soul. I don't want you selling your soul. There's nothing special specifically about the Japanese Misty card, aside from the fact that it is Misty. Or aside from the fact that it's Japanese, you know? It's cool because it's Japanese. Which means that it is rare. Not rare necessarily, but that, like, you know, over in the US we never got that. It means I have cool media from other countries. Alright, I spotted this one in here and I need to show it off. This is an old Japanese Eevee as well. Thank you for the Bark Boy Barks on Steve for the arp. This is an old Japanese. It's a common, but it's still it's a common Eevee. This also a common, but it is, I think, Surge's Farfetch'd for some reason. Got a Clang, Mighty Yenna, got a little Hollow Pit up there, Reverse Hollow Chinchino, Clank, Hollow, oh. So, at one point McDonald's gave out Pokemon cards. And this is from one of the McDonald's sets. McDonald's did a whole set. I think this was coinciding with the release of Gen 5 of Black and White. So I have that. Got a Watchdog. Old ass unknown card. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, McDonald's exclusive Pokemon cards out there, actually. Which, fuck McDonald's, but it's kind of cool. Got a lot of old trainer cards, as well. A lot of these are very old. A lot of these cards are very likely older than I am. Oh, it's an old Tepig! We're kind of getting, like, out of my special stuff and into just more generic cards. But I'm curious to see if I have anything particularly rare or unique in here that I just haven't sorted through yet. Kangaskhan on Pheasant, Meow. Brock's Lickitung. Old Tailo. I have so many of these. Igglybuff, Farfetch, Spearow, Dodrio, Surskit. Rhyhorn, Noctowl. I love this Noctowl card so much, actually. If I can't sell my soul, I'm just gonna give it to my someone special. Oh my fucking... Alright. I can't stop you. Got Timber, Combuskin, Vulpix, Torchic, Chinchou. Still have no idea how the Pokemon TCG actually works. Me neither. I would love to learn. Chinchino, Tynamo, Umbreon. This is my son. This is my son. I need to put this in the binder because he's beautiful. This is my son. We have a Burmy. Hollow Nidoran. I've never seen this style of Hollow before. That's fascinating. I got a Dark Magneton. Hollow Giovanni's Persian. This one's really cool. This is a Hollow Rare Vaporeon, I believe also from the same set as that Eevee. My card was actually banned, I'm aware. This is a very cool, also very old card. I have as well an old Hollow Rare Ampharos as well, Japanese. and a Clefable. Now this is a Hollow Misty's Gyarados, English, but you know, still pretty fucking cool. And pre-release Dark Gyarados. Pre-release Dark Gyarados. I want to look at pre-release Dark Gyarados 1 second. Yeah, promo card. Let's see. Apparently this card, when graded high, can easily sell over 50, up to like $80, and at a grade 10 can sell for nearly 600 bucks. He's a pretty little, even ungraded sells for 20. Damn. Ungraded for 20 is wild. We got the Dark Arbok English. Got a Hollow Hariyama. This one's really cool. This is a old Hollow Rare Ninetales. Boy, you'll get your cards graded? I would love to. Got a Hollow Koga's Beedrill. I need to figure out which ones of these are potentially going to be rare. I should definitely put all my old Hollows aside. So I think as I do this, I'm going to take all the older Hollow cards and I'm just going to set them aside. Because I would love to get these graded, but... you know. Was that a Biscuits at Ninetales? Let me check. Is that... I can't tell if it is. It's in pretty bad condition, though, with the paint kind of flaking off, unfortunately. Which is sad. Thank you for the hydrate, Wookiees. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was big. He decides to sell his kids after discovering how much they're worth. Leave my talons alone, okay? I've got them shape-shifted right now. Thank you for the hydrates, folks. I will consume those in a moment. This is a relatively not very fancy card. Ungraded sells for about 12. Though it does really quickly ramp up in price if you get a high-graded one. That said, it's in pretty bad condition. He's in pretty bad condition. Which is unfortunate. Still have to pay for the grading fee, but they do all the legwork for you. You have to make sure to document what you have. Noted. Got an old Giovanni's Persian right here. How much is Giovanni's Persian worth? Oop. Giovanni's Persian Hollow. What do we got? Ungraded 30. Chad, ungraded for 31 bucks. It gets up to fucking grade 9 is $100. Grade 9 on this is $100 bucks. Jesus Christ. Like, he's rough around the edges, but damn! I might have to look at getting some of these graded, because what? Some of these are very old, obviously. No, I probably have like a couple $1,000 sitting in these boxes. I have 2 more boxes of this shit. Because a lot of these are old. Some of them are more recent, but a lot of them are pretty old. These are all trainer cards. I'm looking for anything shiny. I don't care unless it's shiny. Okay, that's cute. That's cute. A discovered you secretly has hundreds of dollars in a random box. They make me happy, okay? They make me happy. From what I've seen, props like 750 USD so far ungraded. Bear in mind, I have a lot of these. Let's go after these little side bits real quick. I don't think I can go through everything in here, but I want to show off as much of it as I can. Yeah, no, having the promo Mew is a real boon. Anything interesting in here? Are these all just non-holo trainer cards? Oh, wait, something. That is a holo, reverse holo, plus power. Don't know what that means. Cool. I need to see what the fee for grading cards is, honestly, because I've got no clue. Misters can be worth more on occasion. I mean, true. We have an old Dark Machamp here. What's a Dark Machamp worth? Hello, Dark Machamp. Oh yeah, he's pretty cheap. He's 30 ungraded, but he only gets up to about 300. But still, not bad, and he's in good condition. We have a holo Kangaskhan here, as well as a Rampardos from more fancy. Oh, it's another one of this one. Wait, I have a duplicate. Okay, chat. I did not realize I had a duplicate of this card. How much was he worth again? Give me a second. Okay. He's worth 30 ungraded. It would have to be at least a grade 8 to be worth my money. There is some issues with the chip paint, like being a little bit chipped on the sides and back. But if he comes out at, like, here's the issue. He's really not worth it on the lower grades. But if he gets graded highly, yeah, it is a pretty big bend. Yeah, I don't know if he'd be worth it. I probably want things that even at low grade sell for a lot, unfortunately, if I was gonna sell. But I didn't know... Damn. Here's a promo Pikachu. I wish I had taken better care of these when I was younger, because imagine how much money I'd be holding right now if I had taken better care of these. Ask a local card shop? Fair point. I would have to find a local card shop that I felt like I could trust, but I've got this holo Pikachu. Let me look at this promo Pikachu. Promo Pikachu. Good night, Warlock. You take care. All the best. Hope to see you again sometime in the near future. There's a lot. I forgot that there'd be like probably dozens of promo Pikachu shit. Which one do I have? It's an old promo Pikachu. Really? So slap my cards together and say the moves? No, that's so real, and I can relate. Yeah, these, I wish I had taken better care of these. They'd be worth a lot more if I did. But also, I love them. They make me happy. I'm not seeing this one online. I don't know where he is. He's just an old promo Pikachu, and he's holo. Little guy. Little guy. Yeah, I'm not finding this one very easily. He's telling his kids if they get high grades. Yeah, unfortunately I haven't treated my cards very gently. It's sad. I wish I had treated them better. I have this old Arcanine. I know I have some full arts from some more recent sets buried somewhere. Got this old hollow Kangaskhan. Probably need to know where to look. Yeah, unfortunately. Do. My one issue with like just walking into a card shop is like, I don't know if they're trustworthy. Hollow Pokeball trainer card. Not seeing a whole lot of interest inside this pile here. Alright, but we got these. It looks like this box is primarily composed of trainer cards. Okay. So I'm gonna put everything back inside this box, just like leave out some of the cooler ones. Hello, Skell Rider! Welcome on in. We're learning that I have like thousands of dollars sitting inside a box in my closet. Oh, don't do that. We're learning that I have a lot of money. I need to figure out who I could talk to about this, you know? Like are local card shops even really like trustworthy on that stuff? I don't know. I don't know if I can trust the local card shops to accurately tell me the worth of my cards. Few apps that let you scan it with your phone, camera's good enough will give you a rough idea. Noted. See, most of the issues I noticed with my cards is they're a little rough around the edges. You gotta find one you like. I mean, how do I know that they're not gonna screw me over still, though, you know? You know? Someone studied all through college on scholarships, accurate. Okay. Depends on local card shop, yeah. Some of them are gonna more trustworthy than others. You know, based on feel, I'm autistic. I don't know jack shit off of feel. Used to have a shit ton of Pokemon cards when I used to collect them as a kid, but my mom threw them out. That is so sad. We're literally sitting here finding out that I have like thousands of dollars in my possession right now. How do I store these as safely as possible? Okay. Some places feel greasy, other warm. That is not enough for my autistic ass to work off of, alright? Alright. But yeah, I need to fucking see if some of these are worth anything. I have another box. Anyway, I have another box. I had thousands of cards. I have so many. After she threw them out, made her buy me a card pack, she might realize how much money she threw out. Still doesn't realize the value of the money. That sucks. Some parents are unfortunately sucky. Yeah, I've got a lot of old cards here. These ones are sorted by type, I think. I think at some point I went through and sorted them by type. It doesn't look like I'm seeing any hollows in here. Totodile! I'm not sure if I'm gonna find much fancy stuff in the rest of these boxes, given they are sorted by type, but we can find out. She keeps throwing out food as I'm cooking it too. That's just gross. It also sounds like something only a rich person could do. Yeah, these are all older cards, but I don't think any of them are hollow. But pretty much everything that I'm currently holding, or at least the majority of them, they are all older cards. There are some more recent ones in here. Ooh, that Flareon's so pretty. I love Flareon. Flareon, I wish Flareon was actually competitively viable. I wish Flareon was a competitively viable Pokemon. Yeah, I'm not seeing any hollows in this box, so this box is probably a no-go for things that are worth selling. But, you know. We got a lots of Pokemons. Anything interesting off to the side here? Got an old Pikachu. They are old. Like, I don't think non-hollows are gonna be worth much, unfortunately. They tend not to be because they are common. But they're cool to have. I really like the older cards. Yeah, it's a lot of commons. It's a lot of commons. Gotta believe in Flareon. Oh, the art on that Murkrow is so pretty. Are there any cases wherein, like, the non-hollows are particularly, like, expensive or worthwhile? Some of the newer cards have some crazy arts that make them worth way more than hollows. I mean, full arts, yeah, sure. When you get full arts or all arts, absolutely. And I think I have at least a couple full arts lying around. But they're all in my other binder that I cannot get to right now because it's buried under too many boxes. At least as far as the older ones go, I don't know if any of them are worth anything, you know? No clue. All the reviews on storefronts are what you should use when selling stuff, noted. Pulled a full art Charizard card that pumped the price up by like $30. Always been below the poverty line. Dad says we have the brain of a rich person, the body of a poor person. I say parents have the mind of a medieval peasant with the mental age of a 5-year-old. No, I mean there is a genre of person that is like a poor person with the mental maturity of a rich person. Like that is a genre of person that exists. There are poor people that, you know, kind of further screw themselves over by holding the ideology or acting as though they're not poor. But also, I hate that kind of line of logic or thinking because I've heard that used so many times to claim that, like, poor people are deserving of their, you know, struggle. And I think that's bullshit. So I don't really like that talking point. Yeah, nothing special in this box doesn't look like. Now, I have a binder that's dedicated to more modern cards that has some really, really nice stuff in it. I don't think anything that's particularly expensive. There might have been a couple cards in there that were worth like 30, 40, 50. Which, I mean, is pretty expensive, but like I haven't checked the prices recently. I bought that when it was like a recently released set, so. My neighbors are like that. They're neck deep in debt to prefer affluent. Yeah. There are people who do that, and I think they are a minority, and I don't really like that talking point. Because I think it blames poor people for being poor, but it is a genre of person that exists. Brock's full picks! There might be some stuff in here, I'm not sure. Let's see if we got anything of use in here, chat. Oh, okay, a lot of my, a lot of my QR codes are in here, shit. One sec. A lot of my little QR code thingies are in here. That's all of them from my fucking Scarlet Violet packs. Shit, I might need those for Feature Me. Whoopsie. I don't want y'all scanning those. I'm selfish. That's a lot of Nidorans. Why did I put all of my Nidorans in one place? Why are none of the cards around here hollow? What the fuck? What kind of choices was I making? Why did I organize my cards like this? Childhood AE, what the fuck were you doing? To be fair, I did just kind of grab cards by the handfuls while I was leaving, but you know. I have too many of these. I love them though. Bye, Braba! I really love the art on the older sets. I miss the older Pokemon art style quite a bit, honestly. I miss this shit. Yeah, I don't think there's gonna be anything special in this box either, unfortunately. Just like, sifting through them a little bit. I think most of the special ones were in the binder or in the first box. But I have some stuff that I need to see about getting graded. I have some cool stuff that I need to look into getting graded. Cyndaquil. AE Childhood was min-maxing their, was not min-maxing their stats effectively. Yeah, no, I wasn't. I was not. A trans person blaming their past self for something? That's misogynist. Hello, McDonda, how are you doing? Lovely to see you. How are you? That, holy shit. Sorry, that's a really good joke. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that one? Holy fuck. That is such a good fucking, bit. Holy shit. I'm alright, how's the Fops? The Fops is doing well. I was just showing off my childhood Pokemon card collection. I have more than this, but this is all that I can really pull out and show off right now, so I'm kind of putting them all away now. But I need to look into getting some of my cards graded, because some of these could be worth, like, real actual fucking money. But no, lovely to see you, McDonda. It's lovely to see you. Some of these cards, even ungraded, are like 30 plus bucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The temptation is a little bit there. But I love them. I love them. Alright. Alright. That's all the Pokemon cards I have to show off right now. Y'all got to see, like, most of my... Yeah, I didn't feel like pulling them out. I could not page through cards like that. Y'all got to see, like, half of my childhood Pokemon card collection. Alright, putting these down for now. Ah, rah, rah, rah. Yeah, I needed the dexterity. Honestly, I haven't used them in a while for hand cams, just because everything I keep doing hand cam wise requires a lot more dexterity than I can get with gloves. But yeah, unfortunately, that's all the Pokemon cards I got to show off right now. But we still got Yappin' to Yap. What the fuck does that even mean? Good job, E. How's everyone doing? Hope you enjoyed watching me, fucking page through my Pokemon shit. I am aware, Wiggies, we were talking about that earlier, that there's only 2 cards of Mantike. A Shining Charizard ungraded could be worth almost 1k. Grade 10 about 10k. God, I need to see if I have any of those. I know that I have... There's some Pokemon cards I know I have duplicates of that I might be willing to do something with. But I would need to look into the details. It is really cool because, like, so many of the cards I have are older than I am. And I feel kind of lucky to have them. They are... I don't know. I've always been really fascinated by things that are older than me. Don't take that in the wrong way. Hello, Pizza. Lovely to see you. Don't take that out of context, chat. Don't take that the wrong way. I've always been very fascinated by things that are older than me. So, like, everything, fuck you. So, having a bunch of those Pokemon cards that are, like, Gen 1, Gen 2, first or second run type stuff is really, really cool to me. I'm also fascinated by things older than me, especially men. Am I older than you? I can't remember. But I honestly, chat, I wonder, okay. I know there is the old GBA Pokemon card game, you know? I know that one exists. There is the trading card game, like GBA game. I don't know if it's GBA or just Game Boy, actually. But I am half tempted to try and use that to learn how to play the Pokemon trading card game. I'm half tempted. Thank you for the he is so normal. I appreciate it. Slightly, but like 2 or 3 years, is that enough to qualify? I'm kind of tempted at some point to go back and try and learn the trading card game via that. I think it could be fun. I have Pokemon Pinball on Game Boy. I want to play Pokemon Pinball so bad. I want to play Pokemon Pinball so badly. I love Pokemon Pinball. The GBA game is so good. I would love to. I'll probably put that on my list of something to do in the near future. Because why the fuck not? But in any case, what's everyone up to? How's everyone doing? It's so lovely to see faces like McDonda after such a long time. I hope life has been treating you pleasantly. It is a wonder to have you here, as it always is. From Game Boy Color, apparently. Got it. I need to check that out eventually. Old GBA Pokemon card game is pretty cool. I really want to, what's it called? Oh my god, my brain. Chat, his brain's not working very well. Get a copy and play it on stream, it'd be hella fun. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna say. I really want to find a way to stream GBA games on original hardware. Is there a way to do that? There's gotta be someone who's made a way to, like, stream GBA games on original hardware. Okay, so there are HDMI kits. Interesting. So there are modding options. Interesting. Just finished the outline from Eric. Congratulations, proud of you. Lend AE Pokemon Pinball when given the Game Boy. Got it. You do not have to do that. But I need to look into solutions for streaming GBA games. Looking at the options here. See, I could just play ROMs, but there's a certain appeal to playing on original hardware that I really enjoy. I want to. If I can find a way to do so for relatively affordably, I would like to get more games on original hardware. Like, one of my big plans, I want to get a hold, probably after I can get into a better, like, physical space, but I want to get the ability to stream Wii games on original hardware. Tell Retro, I could just reach out to Retro. Retro would probably know. He plays a lot of things on original hardware, but I want to get a old Wii to start streaming games on. And I need to at some point look into getting a hold of like a pre-owned Wii bundle. My bro Dexter lives and dies by original hardware. He's going to CRT. Yeah, I love streaming things or playing things from original hardware whenever I can. which I cannot do with many of the things that I currently stream, but I want to do with more. I think there's a really strong appeal to original hardware. I adore that shit. And maybe that's weird and stupid, but I think it's cool. I think original hardware has a lot of very, very strong appeal to it. And it's not appreciated enough, I would make the argument. I would go as far as saying that original hardware is not nearly appreciated enough. I need to check something real quick. Just realized I should actually reach out to Abe at the Game Boy eventually so we can actually get it. You do not have to do that. Ah rah rah rah. Want to make it very clear there is no requirement to do that or give me money in any capacity. Thank you for the 30 bits. I appreciate you, Jordan. I bite you. I really want to play more things on the GBA. Tempted to get a PSP or PSP Vita because I want to take games with me at times. Honestly, low-key, I've never really considered getting a Steam Deck until very recently. But very recently, the thought of getting a Steam Deck has started appealing to me. I do not have the money for that. I do not think it is financially worth it in my current situation. The temptation does live in the back of my brain. There is the part of my brain that low-key kind of fucking wants. Spoil the Enfield. Please do not give me money unless you can afford it. Please do not spend money on me unless you can afford it. Steam Deck is cool but heavy as shit and big. Yeah, but I could play like most of my Steam games in that case, you know? I do need to put more shit on my throne. Someone did fucking suggest something for the throne recently, didn't they? I didn't look at it. Who the fuck put cat treats on the throne? Vox Marinex, why would you do this to me? Fuck you. Ah rah rah rah. You'll get a Game Boy with audio issues. You'll get a few random games with it. No! Evil. Evil. How dare you? I do genuinely appreciate it, but also how fucking dare you? For the Katsu who doesn't eat souls, I'm pretty sure he still biologically needs to consume souls in some capacity. Like, I'm pretty sure Icon, being a Kachi, biologically does have to consume souls in some amount. You know? I don't think there's any getting around that. Thank you for the hydrate. I appreciate it. How are you doing today? Lovely to see ya. He was interested in pet treats, told him about from a local cafe. Alright, one sec. Icon has infiltrated the throne, apparently. Soul-infused cat treats? Where are you getting the souls from? You still gotta put soul in them from there. Do okay, just listen to some music. Hell yeah, hope you're enjoying. Hello, Lament, how are you? Lovely to see you. Bite. From which mythologies are Kachi? Kachi are from Celtic myth, primarily Irish and Scottish myth. Mostly Scottish, but they are a Celtic critter. Celtic mythology, I will definitely say, is the one that has the most captured my interest and speculation. Can you just eat bad people's souls, or do those ones taste bad? Okay, here's my response to this. 1, who decides who is a bad person? 2, I forgot the other question. I forgot the other one. Oh yeah, 1, who decides who's a bad person? 2, why are we deciding that people who are bad deserve to have their essentially lives taken from them, you know? I was watching a video essay earlier today, and I did post it in the Discord of the Activism channel. It was a video essay talking about a game that deals very heavily with theme surrounding necropolitics, but never quite calls it necropolitics, you know? It was a game wherein you, in order to, you know, save yourself and be able to escape a dangerous, tricky situation, are put in the position of killing multiple people for your own life, basically. You are thrown into situations where you are tasked with killing other people for this cat man who is instructing you to acquire trophies for him, and he will help you out if you get them. I'm not explaining any of this well. I am rambling so poorly right now. That's not good. That's not good. What the fuck? Okay, I can't see. This is not good. That is my, what's it called? What's it called? Hello, avid aloe drinker. It's been a hot minute. How have you been? Oh, I can't read. Fuck me. Give me a second. I can get my head close enough to read. I'm so sorry, chat. Oh no. So I have a surge protector, and the surge protector's very upset at me right now. Give me a second.
Oh, shit.
Hello, JM, how are you? What brand are you? UPS 350. $350, flashing, green, red, sustained tone. What does that mean? The battery has failed a self-test. Okay, fuck. This is less than ideal. Here's the thing. If I unplug it, stream will end. This is my surge protector. All of my devices are plugged into it. If I unplug this, or power it off, or do anything like that, stream will forcibly end. One sec, I'm taking a video of this to send to someone I know who knows tech. So I'm currently live right now. Everything's functioning, but this buddy right here, he's mad at me and he's blinking green and red very rapidly. Please help. Cool. Video taken for someone who actually knows computers. However, that person's probably not going to be awake for a few more hours. Does anyone in chat... Yeah, it could be... Alright, chat, I need 2 seconds. I need 2 seconds. Let me finish doing this, and then I will talk to y'all about this. Alright? Give me 2 seconds. I need to send this message to the person who might know what to do. So. Alright. Alright. So. What is currently happening? My Surge Protector, what the Surge Protector does is it prevents my PC from getting hit with an electrical signal that is too powerful. Whoopsie. The Surge Protector, hello Axel, protects my PC from any kind of electrical charge that could fry it and damage it for good. It is currently emitting a loud beep while the light flashes back and forth green and red. This is not normal, obviously. It does not normally do this. It just suddenly started happening. I cannot turn it off or unplug it without the stream ending. If I unplug it or do anything or whatnot, stream will end because it is the thing that is giving power to all of my devices right now. I don't know what to do. I don't want to end stream. I might have to. Because I don't know, even if I restart this thing, if it is going to be able to, like, come back online. You know? Even if I turn it off, turn it back on. Yeah, it is a UPS Surge Protector, yes. It is a UPS 350. Sorry, backups. Back UPS. Backups. 350. I have the user manual pulled up right now. You know what? We're looking at the user manual. Hello user manual. You're not my exact model, but you should still apply. You're not the right one. Continuous beeping, continuous tone, whenever the battery backup outlets are overloaded. Interesting. Very interesting. Woke me up from a dead sleep with that? I've never had this happen before. I've never had this happen before. I'm gonna unplug a couple things just to see if that helps. It also does act as a battery to keep my stream running if, like, I ever lose power. There has been no surge, though. The circuit has not been flipped. Okay, so unplugging means it's not changing anything. Less than ideal. Gonna dip now, no worries. Take care of yourself. But yeah, it is. I know that it's also acting as a battery, which is why it might be the battery going wrong. I don't want to end stream. That's the thing, chat. I don't want to end stream. How old is it? Good question. I've been using it for about 3 years. I'm gonna hit a button, chat. If stream dies, I'm sorry.